It's spinning. There it is. Hello. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Good morning. It's Monday. Monday. Ask me about my shirt. I'm going to get right to it because I'm going to try and keep this short. Ask me about my shirt. The Children's Health Defense. Children's Health Defense was at an event that I attended this weekend. And I put some pictures of their booth. If you have a moment and you can go to social media, my social media links are all at dubiel4senate.com. And I put some pictures of their fantastic booth with great material, great literature. And it's worth checking out if you've never seen them. This is the first time I've seen them at an event. I donated, I think it was like a $30 donation gets you a shirt. Now I have a shirt to add to my black t-shirt collection. This is Matt Dubiel running for United States Senate to represent Illinois, we the people of Illinois in Washington, D.C., and here at home in Illinois. And yes, I have the wet look today. Just got out of the shower, just got tightened up, and I threw on my brand new black Children's Health Defense Illinois chapter t-shirt. And this election, this midterm primary in Illinois, there is not a lot of talk about the Senate race. Problem number one. Problem number two, there's not a lot of talk about health freedom and our children. That's maybe the bigger problem. And it's a bigger problem because the economy is obviously a huge problem. Crime is a huge problem. We got a lot of issues in Illinois and in America. But I would argue that our biggest issue is our children are under attack. And that's ultimately why I got into this race in the first place. And all you have to do is take a look at the evidence. The unborn children are under attack. There is a focused and organized effort to make sure that the abortion business is strong, not only in Illinois, but around the country. Formula, baby formula, is in short supply in America. So the children that are already here that need food, under attack. Children in school. Our children in school are being taught pornographic material, psychological warfare material, where they're being gaslit into hating themselves, hating their parents, hating each other, hating their country. In addition to the attack on the children in the womb, out of the womb, in the school, then you have the parents and the children's battle for health. So the children are being encouraged to get a trial vaccine that it hasn't been tested long enough on adults to see what the impacts are, let alone made available to children for a disease that 99.97% of people survive no matter what you do. So our children are under attack. And this is just the beginning. And this will impact, please also, thank you for the thumbs up and the hearts and the shares and all that stuff. Please share this. It's going to get pushed down because I'm saying words that you can't really say on Facebook and social media and YouTube and Twitter and stuff. But I'm going to try and avoid some of those words because I think you know what I'm saying. Children's health defense should be, and by health, I mean their bodies, their spirits, and their minds. All three of those areas of the children need to be defended by the parents and protected by our government. And that's not happening. And it will lead to bigger problems with our economy in the long term. So yes, I realize inflation is crazy. Yes, I realize that we have a law and order problem and those things need immediate attention. There's some solutions for those things. But what's being ignored and what parents and grandparents need to address with your candidates for all offices, state senate, state rep, governor, lieutenant governor, ask these candidates, where do they stand on protecting our children? Where do they stand on protecting our children in school? Where do they stand on protecting their minds? Where do they stand on protecting their bodies? Where do they stand on protecting the children's souls? Did you share this on the personal feed? Cool. Can you share it on CKG's page also? Yeah. So I met a man yesterday that is running for sheriff, Bodine, in Kane County. And he was discussing how he was talking about how he saw this movie, 2000 Mules. If you've seen 2000 Mules and you're checking this out, please put in the comments that you've seen it. Just put a, yes, I saw the movie. So he's running for Kane County Sheriff. Very interesting candidate. I wish I could vote for him. I don't live in Kane County, but he is the kind of stand-up guy and patriot that inspires me. And he said that he shared that movie with 150 to 200 people in his contacts on his phone. He took out his phone and he texted. He didn't do it on social media. He texted them directly, 150 to 200 people, and he said, check this movie out. You must see this. And please also share it with 150 to 200 people that you know. That's what it's going to take to affect change in our state, in your county, in our nation. It is going to rely on you to take out your phone and text people that you know and love, that listen to you and respect you, that you have direct access to with this computer, printing press, radio station, TV station in your hands, in your pocket. Take it out and text those people about issues that you are concerned about. And one that I would suggest might be worthy of that is children and the Children's Health Defense. So I would suggest that maybe you could check out the organization at some point, because they're activated in protecting our children and their right to, and their parents' rights to keeping them healthy as they see fit, as the parents see fit. And the Children's Health Defense is focused on educating people about how they can do that themselves. But ultimately, some of these questions that came up at this event yesterday were, what do we do about this? And what do we do about that? And I'm here to tell you, there is a primary election, and early voting starts Thursday, May 19th. That's this Thursday. I'm just checking my calendar to make sure I have the day right. Yes, Thursday is May 19th. That's when early voting starts in Illinois. The actual election is June 28th. Ask all of your candidates where they stand on health freedom, mandatory vaccinations or mandatory masking or any mandates of any sort. Ask them where they stand on those things. Ask them where they stand on your ability to stay with your loved one when they're in the hospital, whether or not you want to share your medical history with the facility. Ask them where they stand on your loved one's ability to get an organ transplant based on your medical history or not, which is becoming an issue. This medical freedom issue is going to become a bigger issue because of the economy. So the economy is getting bad. When the economy gets bad, there's going to be new measures implemented or suggested that create more leverage against the individual. Meaning, in order to get the relief that you want for the economy, you're going to have to give up freedom. And then they're going to say it's your choice. And I'm here to tell you that these issues like children's health defense, parents' health defense, our medical freedom are bigger issues than we realize. And they're going to prove to be bigger issues than the economy and law and order, because the fixes for the economy and law and order will be diminished freedom. Problems create reactions from people, and then the solution is presented to you. And the solution many times, like you want to go see the Beyonce show at Soldier Field, you have to show your proof of what to get into the concert. You want to go eat at that great restaurant that you like in downtown Chicago or in Oak Park or in some other place that's inside Cook County. You have to show proof of to get into that venue. What do you think is going to happen when there's only a certain amount of baby formula? And the government is making that baby formula available to certain people. You're going to have to show certain things to comply because there's now leverage. So this economic problem is going to lead to another further erosion on our rights, on our Constitution, our Bill of Rights, and our freedoms. And that's when we don't want it to happen. That's when we're the most vulnerable. Now is the time to make sure that every candidate that you're considering in every race, from the top of the ticket, like United States Senate, which I'm running for, to governor, and on down the line to attorney general, 3 statewide offices, then to local offices, Congress, Senate seats, assembly, sheriff, and so on. Find out where they stand on your medical freedom, where they stand on things like confiscations, where they stand on things like mandates, where they stand on things that we've gotten a little taste of during this trial run of socialism and communism over the last 2 years. My name is Matt Dubiel. Early voting starts May 19th. I'm running for United States Senate because I think we can all agree things are not going the way they should be going, and the little guy is getting screwed. And used to be, when they meant the little guy, they meant you and me, little guy, little girl, the middle class. But I'm here to tell you right now, when we're talking about the little guy, we're talking about the little guys, the babies, the children. They're the ones on the receiving end of our lack of leadership and our lack of focus on what's important long-term for our children. It's gotten to the point where there isn't baby formula and schools are failing. So we have a lot of work to do. And one of the candidates that is focused, that I can say for sure is focused on medical freedom and is a cornerstone of my campaign. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be a cornerstone of the interest of the people of Illinois outside of some small groups, is Matt Dubiel for United States Senate. I sued Governor Pritzker with Tom DeVore on behalf of my children and their medical freedom. We've been taking the school board to task on the curriculum for our children, on their rights in school, since long before this election. So it's paramount for our family. And I figure if I'm already representing our family, I should be representing your family and your children and your grandchildren and our families together, because I'm willing to do it. And we need people that are willing to represent us in DC, but also here in Downers Grove, Naperville, Schaumburg, Sangamon, Springfield, Rockford, DeKalb, Adams County, Cairo, you name it, all across Illinois. Every one of the 102 counties, and for every one of the children across the state of Illinois, because they're the ones that are not being represented. And the economy they care about is the economy of ideas and love and opportunity and inspiration and freedom. And that's what we can provide to them no matter what. So I'm going to share a short video that I made for anybody who hasn't seen it yet. And I'm going to keep this video short because I have some stops to make today. But I appreciate you watching this.
I grew up in Illinois. One of my best memories is listening to the radio on the way to go fishing in Braidwood with my dad. Today, I'm a dad, and I work in radio. I met my wife, Michelle, here in Woodridge at a restaurant we both worked at, and now we have 4 kids of our own. And we take them that same ride down I-55 to go fishing. There's one big thing that changes when we grow up and have kids: priorities. The country we grew up in was patriotic. The playbook for the American dream was clear. Go to school, get good grades, go to college, follow the golden rule, get a job, buy a house, get married, and raise a family. But it hasn't quite worked out that way. Today, criminals are the ones who are rewarded instead of achievers. Our college graduates are working as baristas, while our trades can't find enough qualified workers. Our children are taught critical race theory and early alt-sex ed while being told 2 + 2 = 5. Our government is printing and spending money, resulting in massive inflation. And the internet, which was supposed to liberate people with information, is instead being used to track and silence Americans. The truth is, America has the wrong priorities. It's up to us to get America back on track again. Because we're up against a media that lies to us, schools that teach our kids to hate themselves and our country, and corporations that have gotten so wealthy and powerful, they think they're in charge. It's time to put America first, protect our children, support parents, restore law, order, and common sense, and secure our border once and for all. Instead of pretending we can somehow fix the rest of the world, We've got to get back to our Constitution and what it stands for. We, the people. My name is Matt Dubiel. I'm running to represent Illinois in the United States Senate. Because if we want our kids and grandkids to know the joy of freedom in the USA, we need the right priorities. I hope you'll join me.
I am a real American, fight for the rights of every man. I am a real American, fight for what's right, fight for your life.